What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so we have the full power FRIEZA LR EZA how to build thing. This guy's a little odd. I'm not entirely sure how I want to tell you guys to build him yet. I've been sitting here staring at this. The Goku was way more straightforward, but this guy's a little different. But either way, let's jump right in. Leader skill becomes sword enemies or planet Namek Saga key 3. HP attack and defense 180. Super attack is fierce hand-to-hand battle like the Goku's, which he greatly raises attack instead of defense and raises defense for one turn. So the FRIEZA greatly raises his attack, infinitely raises his defense only for that one turn. So Ultra Super Attack, same thing as the Goku's, greatly raises attack and defense infinitely and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. The big thing here, the FRIEZA greatly raises attack on both supers, whereas the Goku did greatly raising defense. I think the Goku has the slight advantage in that, but that's just my personal opinion. But alright, let's go into the passive skill now. The Emperor's Final Showdown. This is where I think FRIEZA is the better of the two. Basic effects. Key 3, attack and defense at 200% start a turn, and damage reduction rate at 20% to start out. And at the start of turn, they get both key plus 1 up to 3. And after receiving an attack, the FRIEZA gets 50% guaranteed attack and defense, whereas the Goku has to build up. The FRIEZA gets that right off the rip after receiving one attack. And he launches an additional super for the next 4 turns. This is only for the one turn, I think. I think this is one time only. Like, as in, it doesn't infinitely stack. Every time it hits, it goes up, but I think the attack and defense is only for that same turn. Or if it's for 4 turns, I'm not entirely sure how that one works. I really am not, so I don't want to say too much on that one. And for every attack received, he gets key plus 1 up to 3, kind of like the Goku, but this FRIEZA gets a 7% damage reduction rate, up to 20%. So here's the part where I think the FRIEZA is the better of the two, and it's really weird on how I want to build him, is because he has 40% damage reduction in slot 2, 70% in slot 1, with a guard on the first turn. So if there's 3 attacks in slot 1, he's got 50% damage reduction, he's got guard, every time he gets hit, he gets 7% damage reduction, he gets instantly 50% attack and defense, and for 6 turns from the character's entry turn, he gets attack and defense of 150. So the FRIEZA is insane. And as a second and third attacker in a turn, he has a 50% attack and a great chance of launching additional. He's definitely your slot 1 unit, there's no question. That's not at all questionable. Because you wouldn't put him in slot 2 in any way, shape, or form. And have just a great chance of launching an additional super. Whereas the Goku has a guaranteed chance. And after he gets hit, he guarantees a super anyway, so you want to pretty much do these two. But the weird thing about this FRIEZA is if he gets hit, right, he'll have 70% damage reduction after his full passive built up all the way to here. 70% damage reduction. An additional 50% defense. He gets 150 from the moment he comes on the field for the first turn. He gets a guaranteed guard for that first turn. So this man has the insane level of defense you would expect from the Goku. He has it off the start, which is absolutely nuts. And I think his statistics state he has higher defense than the Goku anyway. Yes, he does. He has only a little bit more, but he has higher defense than the Goku. And he shares Big Bad Bosses, which is an even better link than this guy has that the Goku doesn't. So that's fantastic for him as well. But starting from the 7th turn from the character's entry turn, he loses his defense, and it just goes to straight 100% attack. When there's a super class enemy, attack plus 100% and a high chance of forming a crit. When there's an enemy whose name is Goku, performs a critical hit. Pretty straightforward. He has the better of these two because there's more super class enemy fights than there is extreme class enemy fights, so I think he has the better option. But now this is where it struggles, where I struggle really on how to build this guy, because he links pretty well with this FRIEZA here. He doesn't have Fierce Battle though. These two are pretty good link partners actually. They share, I'm sorry, not Fierce Battle, Big Bad Bosses, so they get that nice 25% defense buff. This guy would be a pretty good partner as well because he's a support unit for him. And the list just goes on and on with how good of a team this could be. But how do you want to build this guy is the really tough part. Like, do you give him dodge? Why would you give him high dodge? I mean, I honestly really don't think we give him dodge. I just think we give him more additionals just to build that massive attack stat, while he's got this super huge buff for the first 6 turns where he's pretty much a wall. Why not give him that? Because he's got 70% damage reduction after everything is procced, which you could get done first turn. If everything falls right, you can get everything done first turn more often than not, because there's usually 3 attacks in slot 1. So you can get all this to pop up instantly. And then he'll have this that first turn, and for the first 6 turns you can really capitalize on this insane power he has here. and just allow him to greatly stacking attack multiple times, at least 2 to 3 times a turn since he's AGL. So how I'm seeing we build him, this is how I built mine, and this is how I'm going to keep mine. It's not going to change. I went top left. This is my old build, and I'm keeping it this way. I went top left, 8 additional, 6 critical. Bottom right, I went 9 additional, 3 critical. So it ended up being 17 additional and 9 critical. And then across the board, I'm going to go additional dodge all the way across the board for the skill orbs. So that's how I'm going to keep mine until I fully actually change mine around a little bit. I don't think he needs to be any dodge specifically in hidden potential, because early on he's going to be a monster for those first 6 turns. Like, no question. He's going to be great for those first 6 turns. He's the better of the two. That 70% damage reduction to come in clutch. That super huge defense buff he's going to get for those first 6 turns. And then when he gets hit, his defense is going to be high. But I think we really need to get him seen in a couple events before I really change my idea on that. But that is going to be my build, guys. So thank you guys. See you guys next time.